My mother's faith could lift mountains. Her faith alone. And it wasn't enough. It was just a fact of life. She went to this pastor Adeboye's place in Lagos for like a week, the whole shebang. Blah, blah. She came back and she said they need to do a scan that God has healed her. And I remember my father was crying when he was taken to the scan. He knew what they would see. And he wasn't trying to shut it down, but he was trying to dampen expectation. But my mom, you know how someone, like, God has healed me. And they go and they see the mass of the cancer there growing larger. And my mom just became a shell for like 3 days.
One of the beautiful delights, of this book are the proverbs. I love them. At the beginning of each chapter, there's this one in chapter 44. We desire to bequeath 2 things to our children. The first one is roots. The other one is wings. If you are not eating bread that has bromates in it, something that kills people, it's because of Dora Akunyili. If we don't have fake drugs streaming in from different countries, from India, from every Singapore, unstopped in our country today, it wasn't always like this. Before 2002, that was the norm. People were getting fake syringes. It was the norm. It wasn't an exception. Fake paracetamol, fake drugs, fake everything. If you can trust the NAFDAC number on pure water, on bottled water, on foods, on breads, on anything, you have Dora Akunyili to thank for it. There are many public officials who figuratively change our lives, who figuratively save our lives. Dora Akunyili saved our lives literally. There was a time when in Ibadan, and I think Kano, 200 children died in one weekend, I think, or 1 week from a fake drug outbreak, a fake syringe, I think, outbreak in those 2 states. If those things don't happen that frequently anymore at all, it is because of Dora Akunyili. If you have a democracy, there was a point, I remember this because that was my very first protest ever in my life. There was a point at which we thought our democracy was going to shatter because nobody in power was ready to say, it doesn't make any sense that our president has been missing for months. Yes, our president was missing for months. We didn't have pictures, no videos, no visits. And then one minister stood up while still in his government and said, no, this doesn't make sense. And then because of that, everybody began to wake up from their stupor that this democracy is preserved. It rested on the shoulders of Dora Akunyili. And the beauty is that she was resplendently Nigerian. She took the award, she attended the party, she made the friends, she laughed, she worked, she was fully Nigerian. She was flamboyant. Some would even say she was loud. But still, what she proved to us that there is nothing intrinsically wrong with who we are. Jollof rice, gele, and all. We are all right. We can change the world being fully, completely, wholly Nigerian. And our legacy, even in the midst of this rot, can ring for generations to come. I am deeply grateful that in my lifetime, I saw a Dora Akunyili bestride this planet like the colossus that she was and is. And I'm grateful that I met this icon, this legend of a woman just once in my 20s before she passed. May her life continue to inspire